Just a few years ago, this was an unusual picture in Zimbabwe. Children with adequate textbooks and a teacher in a classroom. The country, once the model for education in Africa, experienced a decade-long economic crisis that negatively affected all social sectors. By the time of the inclusive government in 2009, an increased number of rural schools were either shut or barely in operation. Teacher and students were absent and pass rates plummeted. In 2009, UNICEF, together with the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education and the international donor community, launched the Education Transition Fund. The fund raised money to get schools opened, teachers teaching, and children learning. The first step was getting textbooks into the schools. In total, some 22 million textbooks were printed, procured, and distributed to over 8,000 primary and secondary schools, along with other supplies, including those for early childhood development centers. While the first phase of the ETF invested in the emergency rehabilitation of the sector, the second phase, now called the Education Development Fund, was more developmental in nature, with a focus on areas such as revising the curriculum, the training of school development committees, second chance education, and setting up school improvement grants to reduce the burden of levies among poor families. From the most marginalized to those living in the most rural areas, all Zimbabwean children experienced some transformation in their schools and communities. Pass rates started to measure up. There has been an improvement in student results at the primary school level from 45% recorded in 2011 to 49% in 2013. There are more children attending secondary school from 44.8% in 2009 to 57.5% in 2014. Secondary school completion rates rose substantially from 40% in 2009 to 53% in 2013, a reflection of improving levels of access and participation. It is hoped that with these efforts in place, Zimbabwean children will once again be able to focus on the things children should be focused on and have all they need at their fingertips to fulfill their right to a quality education.